Now, before I invite the Lejas here to speak to you for a second, I just want to give you an update where we're at in our capital campaign, just for you to kind of know. When we first kind of did our public kind of commitment weekend, we kind of had about 1.5, 1.6 million pledged. Since then, kind of since May, we've been working and getting more pledges, and we're now at 1.97, so almost 2 million, which is about 70% to the goal for our the first thing we want to do, the first stage of our campaign, which is finishing the second floor, right? That's 2.7. We're at 1.97, and so we went to the diocese with how much we have to see if they could give us a loan to start the second floor, and they said that we have to make it to 2.7 for things to get going. And so we're 70% there, and so I want to invite the Lejas to give us a testimony on what has encouraged them to help out.
Hello, my name is Gil, and this is my wife Angela, and we are here to share about how St. Elizabeth over these years has impacted our lives and the capital campaigns that have occurred before, and what we're looking to do here. We came to St. Elizabeth about 20 years ago, and at that time this building was already here. Some of the other buildings were here also, and we didn't contribute to that, but we sure did benefit from it over these past 20 years. And when we got here, we only had one son, and we sat up here in the front row. And the reason we sat there was because we wanted Joshua to be able to see what was happening at the altar, and he was pretty interested most of the time, so he stayed, attuned to Mass, and he was interested in that. And as our family grew over the years, we've experienced the life in the community here and a greater life in faith at St. Elizabeth.
We have 3 sons, and they all received their first communion in this church. I'm sure many of you have been here for your own child's first communion, and it sounds like we have several more to come. Our boys participated in religious education in the old building. They experienced Vacation Bible School when we were bursting at the seams in this parish. When the new building was built, we were so thankful that there was a youth room for the kids. When our 2 oldest received their sacrament of confirmation, we felt blessed to see the support that they had in this community. This parish has done so much for our children. Gil and I have attended Bible studies, marriage encounter enrichments, and other meetings and events here. I had the amazing opportunity to be a sponsor for Darren in the RCIA program. I met him at the first class, and I was very blessed to be part of his faith journey and to learn so much about my own faith. We've been to many gatherings in the parish hall where we made new friends, lifelong friends, and ate delicious food.
All these experiences and opportunities for us to grow in our St. Elizabeth community exist here. If you've never attended an event beyond Mass here, I encourage you to look in the bulletin or online to find what you might be called to be doing right now. It's a wonderful community of people who are here growing in their faith and together.
After 20 years, we see that our parish has grown and continues growing. We are still bursting at the seams. This is a wonderful thing. There is always room at the table. The problem is we are quite literally running out of room for the actual table. We have an opportunity now to create more space and in turn serve more people. That's what our parish capital campaign is all about. As a community, we all have the opportunity and responsibility to help others grow in faith. We need your help. If you haven't already made a pledge, please prayerfully make yours. We cannot rely on only a few to support our parish financially, nor should we. This is your parish. It is our parish, and we all have the opportunity to help it grow. For 20 years, St. Elizabeth has given us so much. We are so grateful to all of you who inspire and support us in our faith. Thank you for being part of our journey.
I want to add one thing. Many of you remember Father Pedro, our pastor of past, and he would always say, we don't have a problem with the money in this parish. The only problem is it's still in your pocket.
Thank you all so much for that beautiful testimony. And we have this nice visual, whoa, this is really big, okay, of kind of where we're at right now for the first stage of our campaign. And so we're about 70% there for that 2.7, which means we'll be able to start that second floor. And so encourage you to, if you haven't made a pledge, that you think about doing so, and you have made a pledge, thank you so much. And there's a table back there with how to fill out a pledge. There's this gentleman here answering questions back there. There's also information in your pews. There's some sheets there. And so please encourage you to make a pledge. Thank you very much.